English is literally the first language of America.
In the words of my grandmother, born and raised in the South the entirety of her life, as have I been, have you ever just wanted to take a person's face lovingly in your hands and ask with all sincerity, "Are you in there?" And now it is becoming more and more apparent every day, especially with certain events such as the whole halftime show thing and the segregation that people created therein, that some of y'all were grown in a petri dish and quite evidently did not allow your brains to develop long enough before they brought you out of there. Because the ignorance and the audacity to say that English is the first language of America. I beg your finest pardon. Speaking as a person of First Nations ancestry, the insult that you have hurled in the face of all First Nations people, not just in America, but across Turtle Island, what is known as, quote, North America in modernity, is ridiculous. Because the languages that span across this continent are vast and were vast before y'all brought y'all little pasty inbred tails over here and had the nerve to come over here with some type of superiority complex. Like y'all know what in the world you doing when y'all jokers didn't even know how to bathe properly. First Nations people taught the colonizers how to bathe. There are stories of how bad Jamestown smelled. There are stories of how bad the Spanish conquistadors smelled. First Nations people recorded that and tried to give them remedies for it. Them jokers did not bathe. But y'all really act like y'all ancestors did something phenomenal. But anyway, case in point, not only that, but there isn't even official documentation making English the official language of these United States of America. And the very people who are saying the actual halftime show was a political statement or a political stunt, or they made it political, quotation marks, is exactly what y'all did by creating the white version, the unseasoned version of a halftime show. Because, as has been said, the same people that needed a separate halftime show for the reasons that y'all have named are the same people that wanted separate water fountains, separate classrooms, separate bathrooms, separate entrances, so forth. Same mentality, different generation. And if any one of you deceptive, lying false prophets come on here and say it had anything to do with God or Jesus or whatever, that's why we needed a separate. Football ain't got a nan to do with the Most High or the Messiah anyway. First and foremost. Secondarily, why y'all expect the world to be anything but the world is beyond me. But it ain't got nothing to do with that at all. Because if you think that we are going to stop calling y'all out on the racism and the white supremacist tactics and the white Christian nationalist, which is the same as white supremacist, beliefs that y'all try to hide up under the Most High as if he blesses such an atrocity, you have lost all four corners of your mind. The Most High is against that, and the Most High is against you, and it will continue to prove so. If y'all are going to be evil, hateful, despiteful, whatever it may be, racist, and etc., bigoted, do so. But leave the Most High, leave the Creator of all things out of your mouth. Because y'all are playing with the wrong one. And if you think that that will not come back to bite you, if you do not think that he ain't got something for you, for with the same judgment that you judge others, so shall you be judged. And according to your faith, it is done unto you. May the Creator be merciful to the collective and deliver us from single digit IQ levels. Lord have mercy.